Hey gang, so you've had some time so far in this book to use specific toolkits and lenses of analysis for analyzing details in Slaughterhouse-5. So some of those things that we've talked about so far are here on this slide. We've talked about the structure of the text, the disjointed timeline. We've talked about Billy as a Christ figure. Some of you have talked about the colors blue and ivory, the motif "so it goes." We had a discussion last week about unreliable narrators and the effect they have on our understanding of the story. And we haven't talked about it a lot, but we've at least mentioned the black humor in the book. There's a lot more to be unpacked in this text, but these are some of the big ones that we've looked at so far. Today, what you're going to do is pick one of three details in the text and sort of analytical topics to put together a 2 to 3 minute like elevator speech on. So I'm talking just 2 to 3 minutes of sort of your interpretation and analysis of this topic using quotes and details from the text that you'll deliver tomorrow in class. You don't need a visual to go with it. It doesn't need to be rehearsed and perfect. It just needs to be clear and concise and thoughtful analysis of this detail in the text. These are the things that I want you to make sure that you're talking about. This sort of deal. You need to make it clear, what did you analyze in the text? How is that tool used? What you think Vonnegut is trying to say by using that tool, and how you know. So use the skills I know you already have of using textual evidence to support your answer, and make sure that you're talking clearly about what the big thematic takeaways are and how Vonnegut is accomplishing them. So in the daily agenda, you'll see a link to this document up here, Slaughterhouse-5 Deep Dive. And in it, each page runs you through a different sort of analytical topic to focus on, and you have your choice. I've crossed out the first one here because it's about Billy as a Christ figure, and we've already done that together for the most part. So you should scroll past this first one. And from there, you'll see one about vision, wisdom, insight, and blindness. And this is an adapted reading from the text, How to Read Literature Like a Professor. So you recently read about Christ figures. Now we're going to talk about light, vision, blindness, and insight. First, you'll read the excerpt below, and I've linked the full reading in case you want it. And then you'll consider these three sort of prompts in your analysis for your 2 to 3 minute presentation. The second option is this question, what is there to say about a massacre? And it looks at this motif of Pooty Wheat and the birds, and how Vonnegut sets this topic up in chapter 1, and then how it plays out throughout the text. Same sort of thing here. You put together a 2 to 3 minute little pitch about your interpretation of this in the text, and it gives you some parts in the text to look to. And this is option 3, the topic of children, fate, irony, and the Vietnam War. In chapter 1, Vonnegut discusses the responsibility we have in shaping how our children view war, but then in the book, Billy becomes a Green Beret, a soldier, just like Billy is, which is really ironic. So this, again, gives you excerpts in the book to go flip to do a little bit of analysis and decide what you think about the text. So here's the deal. You pick which of these three things you want to jump into. If you're feeling really ambitious and you just love the book, maybe check out more than one, but you're responsible for choosing one of these three and putting together a little 2 to 3 minute speech on what you think the text is trying to say using these tools. Okay, that's sort of the whole thing, all right? So I'll let you go here, go back to the agenda, click on the link to this document, read it, look back in the book at the spots that it tells you to, and get out a notebook or a Google Doc and start putting together the bullet points or the transcript for your 2 to 3 minute spiel. All right. Have a good day.